Hello everyone, welcome to a World of Warships Blitz video. Today's video was going to be the 5 what I would consider worst premiums. However, I realised that it's not really my style to put 5 videos into one, so you'll get 5 videos, each what I would consider to be, well, premiums with problems. So this is modelled or inspired by a Lord Sea Lord Mountbatten videos, where he goes through the 5 worst premiums, the 5 best premiums, the 5 of this, the 5 of that, and I thought I'd try and do the same thing, but bear in mind that my style is one ship, one video. I'm going to be doing it as a series, and also having listened to his videos, I don't think that the premiums in World of Warships Blitz suffer quite the same hideous problem. There isn't anything, well, there's things that are problems to play, difficult to play, but there's no premium that I would basically call out as just being dreadful. So he calls out the Mikasa, which has poor secondary range and absolutely terrible main gun cannons in World of Warships for PC. Mikasa in World of Warships Blitz is quite playable. So these ships are playable, but they are what I would call difficult. And the Akotnik is probably one of the trickiest ones to play. Now, I got this out of a crate from a mission, so having played enough games to complete the daily mission or weekly mission, you get a tier 5 or tier 6 premium at random, or maybe some gold. The first time I got the Akotnik, and I can say that I was rather less than impressed with what I got. So now I've been through various phases with the Akotnik. As you can see, I've got the historical camo, and that was because for a while I thought the Akotnik would be worth trying to play, as it's really like trying to play the game on hard mode. So the Akotnik has all the disadvantages of a destroyer, with quite a few other disadvantages as well. So it's quite large. So for a destroyer, it hasn't got many hit points. It's got tiny guns. Yeah, and it's a priority target, right? Now, unfortunately, it also has, it comes with, well, it's not very fast, and it's a very big target. Now, what it does have, of course, is lots of torpedo tubes, as you can see. Now, if we get too excited, that ship had already been damaged. Those torpedoes, I have unloaded those torpedoes into a tier 6 and had the ship carry on. So really, if you're going to play the Akotnik, believe it or not, it is still a gunboat destroyer, despite the fact that this thing has 12 torpedoes, and so 4 sets of 3 launchers, triple launchers. This thing excels as a gunboat. And its guns, well, its guns are laid out down the centre line, which means you can't fire front, you can't fire rear, and they turn extremely slowly. They have a very poor traverse, these guns. Now, on the other hand, I have managed to citadel battleships with these guns. It's not very common, and you have to be way too close. And if you're that way too close, chances are that you're probably on the torpedo button anyway. What the advantages the Akotnik has, well, apart from the fact that it's got these long range and powerful, accurate guns, its torpedoes reload extremely quickly. Very, very quickly indeed. So here we are, we've got a Congo. He's just fired AP. We're just trying to get on the wrong side of him. Now, I don't want to fire my torpedoes off too soon, because if I do that, I give them the opportunity to dodge. And, well, that's not really where I wanted to go with that. Now I'm going to turn, get those torpedoes around, and oh dear, the torpedoes are going around the long way. So yeah, so having that many hit points is, well, it only has about 13,000 hit points. Something like the Kamikaze has, which is a tiny destroyer, has 10,500. So yeah, really all this has going for it is the fact that it has a bit of a mean factor, really. And as you can see, I've unloaded the full set complement of torpedoes into this already damaged Congo, and I'm having to finish him off with gunfire. So that is the Akotnik. Yeah, so the reason it's number 5 is that, well, you shouldn't really expect too much for it to start with. It is it is a difficult and interesting ship to play. It's quite different. There's nothing else like it in the game. If I do a series of videos with the most unusual or strangest ships in the game, the Akotnik will be right there in the top 5 as well. But as far as the premium goes, it is a difficult premium to play. Often you see people playing it, and the net result is that well, you can't scout with it. Please don't scout with it. It really is a close-in escort destroyer, if that makes sense. You need friends around you. You can make other destroyers' life very miserable with your guns, which is what you should try and do. It's not a ship that can carry a game. It's far too big, far too easy to hit. Yeah, it's just unwieldy. It's unwieldy. It's not fast. It's a couple of knots slower than most other destroyers. Its turn time, I've managed to get its turn time up equal to about the Nicholas, but that means it's throwing everything into it. So most of my destroyers, I try and put acceleration, or I don't have to throw everything into turns. So yeah, that is an interesting but difficult ship to play. On the other hand, if someone has a 70% win rate in a Roma, then yeah, whatever. If someone has a 70% win rate in an Akotnik out there, then that is something else. As you can see, there were a lot of bots in that game, and that's probably one of the better games that I can get for showing this ship off. 2 sets of 24 torpedo hits obviously helps quite a lot, but yeah, 22 torpedo hits, there you go. But yeah, it is a interesting and difficult ship, what I would call a problematic premium. Hope you enjoyed watching that, and we'll catch you for number 4. Thanks.